Hello everyone and welcome to today's No FOMO Charts Crypto and Stocks TA Charts video. Today's Sunday, August 25, 2024. It's almost 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the USA. I am No FOMO Charts. I'm on YouTube, X, and TradingView. Welcome to this Crypto and Stocks chart channel. Let's go ahead and get started. Total crypto market cap. This is good. We were in a downtrending channel, held support strongly, 1.8 trillion, upside down head and shoulders, bounce off of 2 trillion, hit the higher high that I was talking about last week. Holding above 2.2 trillion, doji candle is a little bit of hesitation in the market, a little bit of resting right now. I like this pattern. If we can maintain and keep the high, low, above 2.1 trillion, then try to target the 2.3 trillion on this upside channel. It could take several more weeks to get up there. Now, the most bullish case I have for crypto market is in the weekly chart. This could be a large long-term cup and handle before taking us higher for perhaps 2 years. Now, the downside risk in that weekly chart is the 200 EMA down here at 1.4 trillion. So let's not forget that crypto at any point in time can crash negative 25, negative 50% if there's an extreme catastrophe and capitulation selling. However, on the swing trading time frame, like a 4-hour, we did hold the support level, and the good news is we did golden upcross the 50 above the 200 EMA, which is good. It could retest that support, which again is 2.1 trillion. So I just understand we broke out of there, maintaining that uptrend attempt. Let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's very similar here. We held that support line above 56,500, had a nice upside down head and shoulders. You could see it on the white line, and increasing, rallying up to about 64. Now we're hesitating going sideways. Hit the target perfectly. Hit that blue line target perfectly from last week. Now we just have to hold above 63. Cannot go below that. If it happens, it makes sense because we had upside down head and shoulders, back test 62,000, and then try to rally up to 67, try to make an all-time high. For this year, we have to break 70,000. So in my mind, Bitcoin is not going to have an extreme news rally or anything like that unless we definitively break out and close above $75,000 Bitcoin. It's going to take a while to get up there, perhaps in September. Again, that's the bullish case. Weekly chart, there is room to run here up to 70,000, plenty of room. On the 4-hour chart, again, golden upcross, that's good. These are not always reliable, but it's at least a bullish signal. It's good. So I like this. We just need to sustain and hold above the price. That immediate support here is 61,000. So beware. The relative high, right? If you're on a 15-minute, 1 hour, we hit that relative high and we're still up crossed. Just have this hourly momentum on Bitcoin. We need to not crash. We need to hold that. Very good. Business as usual. Ethereum is very similar. Held the higher low of 2,500. And then we're trying to, there's actually a little bit of potential evening star pattern. You want to watch out for that on Ethereum. The next target up is 3,000, high low. If we could hold the higher low above 2,600, then we could try to rally to 3,000, but it's probably going to take about a month for that to happen. The weekly chart, I like the hammer candle back in this range, early August, and there's nothing extreme. There's no red candle yet. The week is about to start. The only problem is there is this potential head and shoulders, little short-term resistance here, and it could be because of what's happening in the crypto space and a little bit with Toncoin and Telegram, apparently. So there's some kind of strange reaction there, and the MACD is actually down crossed in the 4-hour. So Ethereum is a little bit under trouble right now. A little bit of shorting and selling here. So the support that we need to hold is 2,700, and then it could crash to about 2,650. The 1 hour is up cross, but the 4 hour is not golden up cross like Bitcoin. So just be aware of that. We went from an upside down to a head and shoulders. So just be aware. It's choppy right now. The better spots to buy, which had a lot more risk, was back here when we had support levels. When we're at a relative resistance, not the greatest spot to buy in the short term. Let's go to Solana. Solana on a daily. I like the support play, bounce off the 200 EMA. There's a lot of blue dots. Let's clean this up. So what am I talking about? After we crashed, held support level above 125, nice V-shaped recovery, then fade down to hit the 200 EMA, upside down head and shoulders above the 140 level. That target was about 5%. We went 10%. So the second target has been hit, the middle half line. The heart line has been hit as well, targets. So now it's looking like a symmetrical triangle to me. So we could fade back down to 152 in a bearish case. If it's real bad, back down to the 143 area. It did tap the top of that Bollinger Band, and that's why we're seeing a little bit of selling. Now on the weekly as well, long term, it does look like the candles wants to rally back up to 188 area. On the 4-hour, it's not golden up cross yet. So this little lower high below 160 is a little bit pause for concern, but it's trying to maintain the support level. Hopefully it doesn't crash to 150 this week. All right, that's going to do it for crypto. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and click like and subscribe or share the video. Now we're going to move on to stocks. Welcome everybody to August 25 stock video segment. This week, there's a lot of events. So let's go over the upcoming week. Stock earnings releases coming out this week. The biggest one, NVIDIA, Best Buy, HP, Dell, if you're into tech, Marvell Technology. If you're into retail, Nordstrom, Chewy, Kohl's, Five Below, Dollar General, Gap, etc. So there's some clothing and some retail. But the biggest tech stock is NVIDIA. Everyone is watching that this week. Now, economic data releases, we have preliminary USA GDP, unemployment claims, GDP price index, pending home sales. The core PCE price index is going to be very important following the Jackson Hole Symposium news last week, consumer sentiment. So the biggest piece of news and data that came out last week was that the FOMC Federal Reserve Chairman basically hinted that the time is near, that they're probably going to start cutting interest rates probably in September. Now, how big of an interest rate cut and how frequent for the remaining year remains to be seen, but we're finally getting the interest rate cut after about almost 2 years. Let's go back to SPY. So we had a beautiful rally in SPY, almost back to all-time highs. We're just below the 564 level. So that's going to be the obvious resistance on the top side. Hit that target on the top side perfectly. Let's remove the drawings. Now, all I'm going to put is one resistance or maybe one resistance box up here. This is the level that we need to break above if it's going to be bullish, 565, 566, excuse me. The long term, what we need to watch out for is we need to make sure this 566 range is not going to turn into a double top, which would crash the market technical chart wise. Need to be aware of that just in case we're going to have a sell the news event from the FOMC interest rate cuts in the next couple of weeks and month. So just watching out, it's not extreme yet overbought on the technicals down here. So the likely scenario that I'm from experience on weekly charts, unless there's a catastrophe, likely scenario for the bulls is we're probably going to break out of here over time, let the RSI go up and let the price go up. Then we'll have a bearish divergence somewhere up here in the 600 range, and then we'll have a pullback in the price. That's probably what's going to happen if it's going to be textbook charts, because you can see the daily chart, we have plenty of room to run. There's no bearish divergence in the market. The little 1226 EMA up crossed. We're still in the long-term golden up cross. We have V-shaped recovery, and on the 4-hour, the golden cross right below resistance. And there's plenty of room on the RSI with some MACD building as well. So it's, unless there's a catastrophe in companies' news and stocks, earnings, or something like that, we're probably going to hold this. We could pull back the price, pull back to about 545. We need to establish a higher low just to make it clear. Could turn to upside down head and shoulders. It could also break out. Those are two scenarios that I'm watching out for, but my longer term target is in the 600 range for SPY. QQQ is a little bit different. So it's very affected by NVIDIA. Start off with the weekly. I'm not seeing any huge red doji or selling evening star pattern. The resistance is about 500 target. So we broke out of this descending wedge pattern. Somebody had a big sell here in this on Thursday. Could be just maybe the person or the institution that bought the Monday. This candle to this candle would make sense technical wise to me. Now, again, same thing. We can rally over time. There's room to run. Now, it depends on the NVIDIA earnings as well. So to keep it short, we could pull back in the price to about the 100 EMA. 450 is our immediate support, and then try to rally off of that if we don't have some kind of just straight up breakout to about 500. So 525 is my top side target long term this year. And the 4-hour is up crossed again. Now, if somebody's wondering where's the value in this chart, the value was down here. You have oversold, MACD, bullish momentum, higher low, and then you just put some risk on there if we're trying to catch a bottom. Also, the Bollinger Band, this poke out down here when it closed below or the inside of here, if you want to be safe, is the spot to buy. And then we had a beautiful rally. Some stocks rallied plus 20%. It's amazing. All right, so we'll see if that support holds. Now, Dow Jones, we went straight to resistance. This is why I closed my short out down here as well, because I was forecasting, I was forecasting for myself that we're going to get some kind of V-shaped recovery bounce. Okay, we hit this resistance area at about the 411 zone. This is about the all-time high. So we're going to see if 412, 413 is going to break and see if it gets to about the 420, 425 area because there's room to run here. Now we back tested that support 407. Day traders know now it's time to see if we can get a breakout in the next 30 days. 4 hours a little bit overbought. Weekly is not extreme, but I like this candle. But again, if we're playing this wedge, the support areas were the better spot to buy. That's why I shorted resistance down to support. 4 hours in the open cross, still golden cross. Now it's trying to hit this top side move in terms of the breakout. It is towards the upper side of the Bollinger Band with the 1 hour on the overbought condition. So just watch out for some kind of pullback this week. Last one, IWM, very similar to Dow Jones. We hit this type of resistance in the 221 range. Now the next level resistance about 230 area. So we bounced off of the 200 EMA, literally V-shaped recovery into a higher high pattern. Next pivot point is way up here at 235. Could take about 30 to 40 days. The weekly is good. We pierced through the R1 resistance pivot. Very good. Plenty of room to run depending on the data and the earnings coming out. Daily has room to run on the RSI. That's what I'm talking about. There's space and for price moves to happen. Still in the golden up cross on the hourly, 4 hours, starting to get a little bit overbought, the high purple, high RSI. So we might get a pullback one of these days if we start to see some red doji up here because we need to make the next higher low and then bounce up to next higher high. So again, support is the name of the game if somebody's along and support plays. Definitely a better place of value. It's just very fearful feeling down here, because it looks like it's about to just crash to oblivion. But a lot of times the algorithms, the institutions, professional traders know that's the best spot to buy. So I don't mind waiting here if I was trying to play IWM for the next pullback. Hopefully hit that target, 225. All right, thank you everyone for watching this video. If you like this video, click like, click subscribe, share the video. Happy trading, and I'll see you in the next one.